So let's discuss a little bit about arrays and lists. So first, let me just explain some basic concepts. So if I say int sum int, that's just one value of type int. But if I want to have multiple, that's called an array. I just put the brackets, and now we have an array. And what is important is that this array here right now, it just this line of code will just create space in the memory for this array. But to actually create one, let's use the start function. But also right now you can say public like that. Okay, and then this will display that array in the inspector, so you can actually add elements manually. So if I click the script right now, we should see that array here. You see, it's empty, but you can add values. You see, so you can modify in the inspector if it is public. But if you want to give it a length by script, you just say some int array length, or no, not length, but it's equal to new, and then you specify the type of the array, and here you specified the length. So let's say we want 10 length, just put 10 in there. Now this will create an array of size 10. And arrays use arrays usually when you know how many elements you want to have, but sometimes you don't know and you might want to use a list. So this is a list of integers now, so in list, and make sure you use system collections generic, otherwise you cannot use list. So that will create it in the memory, but you have to create the list. So to create by script an empty list, you say equal new list and specify the type, and then this here will create an empty list with no elements. So this is how create empty list. You can add elements, element to list. So you say the name, say add, and then you add a value of that type. In this case, it's an integer. But lists can be of anything. They can be of transforms, game objects, scripts that you made. You can use any type of data here. So with this you add, let's say we want to add the value to that list, that will add that. To remove now, remove from list. So you can say remove and then specify that that value here. So in this case 2. Or you can say remove. You can say removal to remove everything, but also you can say remove at, and that means remove at a certain position in that list. So this will remove a value, and this will remove something at a specific position. And I made this in here with these fruits here to demonstrate how to create a list. How to create an array with these fruits here, and how to make a list of just one type of fruit. Okay. So you notice that these fruits are children of this fruit holder here. So I'll just delete everything I wrote here and say public transform fruit holder. So now we want to create an array with those fruits. So let's first create it in the memory. So let's say game object fruit fruit array. But let's say we want the fruit script, because these fruits have a script with a type, so we know what kind of fruit it is. So you can even say here not game object, you can say fruit, so the fruit script. So how to create that? First we need to know what length this array should be. So we say array equal new of type fruit, and then the length of this should be how many children that holder has. So we say fruit holder, and then child count. Now we have an array of the size of how many children that holder has. And now we want to place those children from the holder inside the array. So we go for int 0 to the length of this array. So length plus plus. So with this we go from first value the array and value. So we go through each value in that array, and now we want to change that to that child of the holder. So holder get child, and then we want to get only the fruit script. Okay, so we select the value on the y position and we place the children on the y position on that holder, but not the object. We get just the fruit script of that object. Okay. Now let's say we want to delete all apples from that array. So let's create here a function. We'll say void destroy certain fruit, and then here we specify which type. So type here. So first we need to we can do it in two ways. One is we just go through each element of this array, like that, and then we check here if that certain fruit type is equal to our type, and then we just destroy that. So destroy that position. So game object. So again, we go from the first value to the last value, and we check if one by one we check if that fruit has the type that we want to delete, and then we destroy it here. But sometimes so let's test it first actually to see that it works. Let's just say here we call that function with 0, the type 0. So that would be the apple. So now we should see the apple when we play the scene. We should see those disappearing from the scene. Okay, so you see this will disappear now. Wait, we have an error. Sorry, my bad. We forgot to add that holder here. So the parent of the fruits. So you see now the apples disappear because those are all type 0. And if I go here and in the code and say type 1, then we should delete the kiwis in the scene. And then I will show you how to create a list of objects with a common property. Okay. So you see now the kiwis disappear. But let's say we want to make, instead of destroying a certain fruit, we want to create a list of a certain, so a list with fruits of a certain type. Okay, so let's see how do we do that. Can we use a list actually here? Yes. Um, type. Let me see if that works first. Okay, list fruit. List fruit. Okay, and then let's restart. 1 second, I'm just trying to Yes, to see if this works. So you can actually use a function here that will return a list of the fruits with the same type. So we'll create here a function that will create a list with all the fruits with a certain type. So first we need a list of fruits. So we create one here and we make an empty list in this variable. And you see at the end we return it. Okay. So now we just go the same from the first element to the last element like that. So that's one way. But let me show another way because that's how you can also say here for each instead of using this for here you can say for each, and then here fruit in that array that we have with the fruits. So that's exactly the same as saying this stuff here. So now we check if our fruit is the type is equal to our type. Then we just add it to our list. So add that fruit, and now we have a list with the fruits with the same type. So that's how you create a list uh, of objects with a common property from an array. Okay. So I guess that's it with for lists and arrays.